Hey guys, this is just going to be a completely off-the-top video. This is my first video, by the way, so I know that the quality of it, well, I mean, the picture looks pretty good, but I don't have like a tripod or anything like that to really amplify the audio and get a fixed shot. But yeah, I'm just going to go over a topic that during these times has probably been beaten like a dead horse, but that's just mental health during this whole pandemic. I've found that initially I was pretty optimistic and whatnot, and then I lost my job, and it gave me kind of a sense of worthlessness, even though your worth should not be tied to your job. I felt like in this day and age when you have all those kind of stupid little conversations about, oh, what are you doing? Oh, that's so great. You know, the trivial pleasantries and whatnot, that I felt that because I didn't have a job, I had to lie about it and just say, you know, I'm still doing what I'm doing. You know, it's been kind of slow because of Corona. And eventually I just said, you know, I gotta do something different. I gotta just accept that this is my situation right now. I need to take this as a blessing in disguise, really look at what I was doing and say, hey, you know, is this what makes me happy, or is this just something I was doing to pay the bills and to give a sense of normalcy in my life? So if someone were to talk to me at, I don't know, the family picnic or something, you know, not the family picnic, but if, let's say I was meeting a girl for the first time and, you know, I have so much to offer, but I'm just worried about my damn job, so I have to lie about it. It really started to weigh on me. It was an albatross on the neck, not to get all proverbial and everything, but, and it's still to this very day has made me feel lesser. So I came across some videos, just self-help stuff on HubSpot, and just talking about the 5-day YouTube challenge. And I thought, why not? You know, this is the first day for me, so I'm not even supposed to make this video, but I just thought that it'd be good practice, and I'm a creative person, and I'm kind of at a point in my life where I need to vent, so this is therapeutic in a lot of ways. I just want to make it clear to anyone, especially in the mid to late 20s like I am, that just because you're feeling lost or sad or don't really know where to go, that doesn't make you less of a person, doesn't make you a loser. You're just going through some hard times right now. You're going to bounce back, but you have to be proactive. And I felt like maybe I wasn't being as proactive as I should have been. I think the quarantine kind of made me a little complacent. You know, you get an unemployment check and you're like, well, at first I didn't know if I would, you know, get the unemployment check because it took freaking like 2 weeks or whatever. So I was freaking out about that. But then I started getting the money and I was like, well, this is a decent chunk of change. You know, I can pay my rent, I can get groceries. So let's just, like, I don't know. I just kind of messed around for the first couple weeks. I didn't really take things seriously. I'd never been kind of cooped up and everything. I'm a very active person, so not being able to go to the gym made me feel lethargic. I will run outside and everything with a mask, but I'm not like a major runner, so I just kind of felt stagnated in a lot of ways, and it bled into like my creative outlets. I didn't really feel like I could express myself, and that's a whole nother topic because kind of grew up with problems expressing myself. So this is like extremely therapeutic. But what I'm trying to say is that, well, here we go. I'll explain what I'm going through, and I just hope that if anyone's listening to this, that maybe they get something out of this. So, like I said, I lost my job. Eventually had a bunch of feelings of like worthlessness and whatnot. And to be completely candid, I was seeing this girl recently. So it's not like a major thing or anything, but I was seeing her probably like a month or two before the pandemic. And then she had some like health issues, like with her lungs and whatnot. That's as far as I'm going to go into it. But basically, you know, she was at a higher risk of getting sick from corona, so we didn't really see each other, but we continued to contact each other via text, or we would do like a couple FaceTimes a week and everything. And I really started to like her. Like, I thought that she was a really cool girl, and it's really helping me kind of get through this whole quarantine thing, just the isolation of it. And finally see her, like, we finally agreed, you know, we can take a shot at seeing each other, because, you know, we had both been safe, practicing social distancing, not interacting with people, even going as far as to order groceries as opposed to going to the store. So I saw her a couple days ago, and we had like what I thought was a fun weekend. But yesterday morning, basically just texted me and said, you know, I really like enjoyed like connecting over these past few months. Like, us talking has really like made me have a lot easier time getting through stuff. But I just think that maybe there isn't that spark that I thought that there was, or whatever. And you know what? I will say that I've grown in maturity, in the sense that, you know, I didn't ask a bunch of questions. I basically stated stuff, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm a good person, and I really liked you and everything. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm gonna be sad for a little bit about this, but I know it's gonna be the best for me in the long run. And that was pretty much where the conversation ended, and I have no plans to reach out again, just because I know my worth. But I was feeling low after that, and this was like 24 hours ago, so I just figured that I wanted to get off my ass, not rely on anyone to give me an artificial sense of happiness, that I have to go out there and make my own life happen. And when I do that, the right people, whether it be a significant other or friends, whatever relationship you can envision, those right people will come to you because you're doing what you love, and you're in your element. And I've spent the past 24 hours just really thinking about everything, you know. I shed some tears, I'm not gonna lie. I think I felt more vulnerable than ever recently. And I think initially it scared me, but now I'm starting to feel more empowered, because I'm allowing myself to understand my emotions, what drives me. I'm asking myself more like, what do I want? Does this make me happy? And if not, what changes can I make? It's making me more proactive. So even though I kind of went through a low point, I'm trying to turn this into something positive. You know, I reached out to people and expressed myself to them and was vulnerable. You know, I'm very much a person that you can come and talk to, and any problems really. Like, and I'm not the person that's like acting like I'm interested or half listening. Like, I really will listen, because that's who I am. And I think it has to do with the fact that for so much of my life, I've like been afraid to express myself, and I've wanted so badly to express myself that whenever somebody's doing that to me, it's almost like something sacred. Like, your secret's safe with me, and if I can help you in any way, like, I'll drop what I'm doing. Like, I should honestly make a career of something like that. But at this point, like, I don't want to go back to school to like get a psychology degree or psychiatry degree, like, but I know I can help people. So I feel as if by producing videos and content and connecting with people that way, it's a more organic and frankly less expensive way to do what I'm trying to do. And it's not to say that I'm not doing things to make myself better. So a little bit about my background. I speak Spanish too. I run like a little Spanish group that in the Boston area that gets together every week now, because we do it via Zoom. But it used to be bi-weekly, and we would meet at restaurants. You know, I'd pick a restaurant, create events, run the events, and it was awesome. And it's something that's really kept me sane, like my love for Spanish. However, that's not what my career is. So even though I'm doing what I love and I'm staying healthy and I have an incredible family, incredible friends, I still feel a void, because I felt like I was choosing career paths and whatnot based upon just being able to say, yes, I have a job and it sounds like somewhat legit. So I don't basically get interrogated, or, a potential girlfriend's mom isn't like, what the hell is this fool doing? Like, yeah, he's doing what for a career? Like, girl, X that kid out. But yeah, I was doing medical device sales and whatnot, and I love medicine. I've grown up being fascinated by medicine, especially orthopedics. But I did study neuroscience as well in college, so I was doing stuff more to do with like neurosurgery, like filtering the fluids in your brain when they open up your skull, and do a bunch of work on it to keep it as simple as possible. And it was very interesting. But I've come to the realization that just because something interests me doesn't mean that it's going to push me, due to my passion for it, to see the future and enjoy the present. My ideal career is a position where I see myself, the work I'm doing right now, as building, and I'm enjoying the process. But not only am I enjoying the process, I'm seeing where that process is going to go. I feel a conviction in my actions. For the past 4 years, I would say I haven't felt that feeling. I've kind of simply just done what I had to do. I have great social skills and stuff, so sometimes I feel like people think that I'm like more on top of it than I am, but I deal with self-doubt every day. So I just want people to know that there's a lot of times a facade behind the way that people describe like what they're doing. And to be honest, when I was really going through it yesterday, I reached out to a couple people close to me and shared this with them. And I kind of figured that for them, like, they were in a better place than me. It's easy to assume people are in a better place because they're not weighed down with the burden of like your negative thoughts, your anxiety. So you just can't really picture them going through what you're going through. But in reality, a lot of them are. They might be going through a whole lot more than you thought that they were going through, even if they seem 20 times more positive. So I just want people to know that everything's like a matter of perspective. And the best thing that we can do is to just work on ourselves every day, and not just be like, oh, well, yeah, I will find it, but like, what can you do right now to start that process of finding what drives you and how you can turn that into a career, not a job. I've worked jobs. I've worked multiple jobs since I graduated college in 2016. And I can tell you that they were jobs. They weren't careers. I saw it every day as just like the same shit. Sorry for swearing. I don't know if that's allowed, but yeah, it's just the same thing every day, and not really working towards like a goal other than like, oh, hit your number for the month or whatever. But like, am I just gonna be in this loop every month till I'm 65 doing the same thing? Maybe I sell something different. Maybe the market changes a little, technology changes, but I just started to have crippling anxiety about it, because I knew that if I was doing that, like, I would go insane. And I had a friend take his own life a couple years ago, and a couple family members pass away, relationships ending that were like long term, that it all kind of like traumatized me, to be honest. And I started thinking about like mortality, and I was like, if I go today, like, what do I have to say for like the effort I put in to be the best version of myself, not just like in my personal life, like being in good shape or knowing about the right foods to eat, but like, am I helping people? Am I helping myself? Am I putting myself first, but in a way that it will allow me to, in the future, put other people, maybe not first, because I put people first too much. Like, I need to focus on myself as well. But I just know that when I find that niche, or whatever you want to call it, that groove, that path, that it opens up, like, I'm just going to be such a better person, because I'm going to be living with much more conviction and confidence and all the stuff that I feel like I've lacked up until this point. So This is day one of me talking about this, and I know it's probably jumbled because this is entirely unscripted. And to be honest, I was crying earlier today just about, like, I don't know. I just feel like I've been trying to be more in touch with my emotions and not stifle them. So it's just all rushing at me. It's like all of these years of like pent up pain and anxiety and depression just kind of like cascading over me. But I know that that pain is part of the healing process, and it's going to allow me to focus and to be not, I won't say more serious because I don't want to say serious. I just want to say more determined, more confident about like how I move forward, because I can be in tune with myself. I can start to know myself and play to my strengths and figure out who I want to be and know the right questions to ask when I network with people. Like, it all just builds upon itself. It compounds, and you just really have to be in tune with yourself. So for all the people that are worried about what other people are going to think about them because they're being true to themselves and they're on this process of self-discovery, I just hope that you guys know that you are loved, you are appreciated, you are very capable, and you will achieve, but you have to believe it. And you have to change the way that you're thinking, because I can attest that 27 years of negative thinking, I was able to get by, but I wasn't living. I was alive. And my goal for right now, on May 12th, 2020, at the age of 27, I won't accept anything less than the best version of myself, and working towards that version of myself every day, improving and being true to myself, and being true to myself not just when I'm talking like this, but when I'm in front of people, so they know that like this is me. This isn't like some facade. I'm not just some like character online. Like, this is really who I am. This is what I stand for. And you can get with it or you can get rolled over. Period. So I just want to say I love you guys. Hope that everything's going well. I know how hard this quarantine has been. It's amplified a lot of these feelings for me. So I finally reached that breaking point where I just needed to vent. And I vented to some close people to me, but I know that there's other people out there that are feeling just like the way I'm feeling. And, I'm rooting for you. And if you ever need somebody to reach out to, feel free to reach out to me, because I know what you're going through. I might not be going through the same specific situation as you, but I'm very accustomed to the feelings of loneliness, depression, anxiety, fear of the future, fear that you're inadequate, or, that you're not worth being heard or something foolish like that. But we internalize it. We try to make it sound like it's logical, but it isn't. So take this video, if it's helpful, to just remember to grab life by the horns and to really make sure that you're doing what is best for you, because that will allow you to be the best for other people down the road.